Because of the coronavirus, they had to say no to partying on a yacht, no to sipping on a cocktail while tanning on the beach, no to their private jet. They even had to say no to paying their voiceover. About that, now that I think about it, what does that have to do with COVID?
Oh yeah, that's right. Don't worry, we'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. Since we can't physically be together, let's virtually get together. With Will, John, and Killian, spend the next hour full of laughter. The live show starts now.
Welcome everyone to the live show. Thank you for being here. It's live. It's the first time we're live airing on the radio, cmru.ca. It's an amazing opportunity to be here. Thank you very much for following us. We're going to be laughing and talking about everything together again. And I say again, because we released our first podcast already. It's exclusive and it's on all streaming platforms. Just search up The Live Show and you'll find us, as well as on our Instagram and YouTube at The Live Show Official. For the program today, we'll have the one and only Will's recorder talent. You're gonna see that. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna have 2 fake news, 1 real news, and we'll receive a DJ that will do a 15 minutes performance at the end of the show. Yes, nightclubs are closed, but we are still open, thankfully, so you'll be listening to that towards the end. And make sure that you also stay tuned, as at the end we'll call one of you to get a chance to win a $20 gift card just by listening. Last week it was Valentine's Day, so I will give you a very small fact about our team. For Will's love life can be parallel to a picky and indecisive 9-year-old little boy ordering a sandwich at Subway. He found something he liked right off the bat and never switched it up. Welcome, Will.
Hello, I'm super excited to be on this live show, live on the air, live.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we can hear you. I'm not fully sure if your quality is working perfectly though, but I think it's okay. Just to double check that. But we have John too. John used to use blue hair gel and wore Kiss t-shirts every day. Not much else you need to know about his love life. Welcome, John.
Hey, thanks, Killian. Yeah, that's a big yikes right there. That was, it's not good.
Yeah.
And as far as our awesome host here, Killian, we say the French are lovers, but then we see Killian and it kind of ruins the whole thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We also have our Prof Irv live from the studios. We're very happy to have him. He's taking care of all the technical stuff for us while we're safely staying at home. No, we're not going to do a skirt on him because we don't want to get canceled just yet. Hello, Irv. Thank you for being here.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on your show. William, you might need to log off and log on again to clear up your audio sound, and hopefully we can get you back sounding good. So again, thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Will, you can do that while we continue here. I'm gonna ask you a question first of all. Valentine's was a week ago, and I'm wondering, did you guys do anything special or just the regular?
Yeah, it wasn't much. Just kind of hung out. Didn't really do a whole heck of a lot, but I guess that's what Valentine's Day is different for everybody else.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I really liked a girl back then. Here's a little quick story that I'll tell. She was in my high school, right, back in the days, and I had a big crush on her. And so I asked to hang out with her, and it took me a lot of courage because I was super nervous just to hang out with her. Only that. And so I took my courage, right, and I asked, and while I asked, my voice stopped producing sound. I couldn't talk anymore. It's crazy. I was talking and I couldn't say anything. And so yeah, anyways, I was a little proud of myself. I still managed to ask her out and everything on a little date. You know, it was for the first time. And comes the day of our date, or whatever you want to call it. I arrived where we were supposed to meet. I waited, and she never came. Absolutely sad times. Yeah. What about you guys? Let's start with John. What's your crazy experience that you had?
Ooh, well, it's a little bit before high school. Mine was a date in grade 6, and just like you said before, I did have my blue hair gel in it. That was not good. We went to the zoo lights. And her parents drove us and went with us. That was a pretty awful date. I decided to kind of do the karaoke that was at Zoo Lights. And And so I've always been into classic rock from an early age. So I chose "Welcome to the Jungle." I had no idea. Like, I knew the song was a metal song, but I didn't really know it had like explicit lyrics and themes.
Right.
So when it came down to it, I was looking at the screen where the lyrics are coming up, and I was horrified. And so like, and the date's father was just not pleased.
Right.
But you can't just stop, right? You kind of have to push through the song until it's over.
Yeah, for sure.
It was the worst car ride back, and it was awful.
Fair enough. Do we have Will still on the show, just to make sure?
We might. Can you
No, we don't. We don't have.
We have Robo Will.
We have Robo Will.
Good.
No, we
Fighting
can.
that. Is that any better?
Yeah, no. Stop. No, stop. It's okay, Will. For now, we'll while we try to fix Will, because Will is actually a robot. That's why we're exploring Mars, because Will actually came from there. So
He's live from Mars.
he's live from Mars. Yeah, the connection is a little bit hard because of that. Anyways, while we wait for Will and try to get Will, maybe try to check for your sound settings, Will. In the meantime, we have also our Prof. Irv that we want to hear from for his craziest date experience. What happened to you? What was your craziest date experience?
Well, first of all, I think I'd like to say that I try and make every day Valentine's Day, and not successfully. I got to admit.
Good man.
That's cute.
As far as dates, well, I've got to go way back on this one to still in high school, I think, or maybe in college. Hard to say. I can't remember. It's been so long. It regarded a drive-in theater, drive-in movie, which are not too common around here anymore, but back then they certainly were. And of course, every once in a while, when you go to a drive-in movie, in some cases you just try and get around things or sneak people in if you can, so you don't have to pay admission for everybody. And so
Right.
a friend and I were double dating, and we tried to pull off this stunt. So the girls ended up in the trunk of the car, and we tried to sneak them in that way. We probably should have done it differently, with one guy and one girl in the trunk instead of two girls in the trunk and two guys in the car. It might have escaped detention that way, but it didn't work out, so rookie mistake, and of course we had to end up paying for him anyway. So the hopefully cheap date did not turn out to be a cheap date after all. So that's about the end of the story. Not too proud of it, but it happened long enough ago that I can talk about it now.
That's awesome.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Is Will back? Is Will back from Mars?
Am I back?
Hey,
Will is
It was
back
a
from
long
Mars.
flight. It was a long flight, but I'm back from Mars. It was really red there. Let's see. All right, so my story
Yeah.
is I was going on a date, and we went to Denny's, the great American diner, as you do.
Right.
So we had our supper. It was good, and we got this lava cake for dessert, right?
Right.
So lava cake, as you know, it's hot. So me being the Chad that I am, I just dove right into the cake. I didn't care that it was hot until I put it in my mouth, and I made apparently a very, very funny face. It was so funny, in fact, that my girlfriend then spit out the lava cake from her mouth all over me. But it went well. So
Right. Fair enough.
there's always a silver lining to have somebody spit lava cake all over you.
All right, guys. Now we're gonna move into our next sequence. It's called the 2 fake news, 1 real news. Very simple. Let me explain to you. I'm gonna give you 2 fake news and 1 real news. So you've got to find which one is the real one. Okay? Sounds good?
All right, I cannot wait.
Me either. All right, let's start with number 1 news. A man was found naked in a parking lot saying that he was on his way to buy wet wipes but got lost in the UK. The second
Okay.
news. A 94-year-old woman got arrested for flashing people in the UK. Or the third news, Ted Cruz said he would travel to cold Antarctica to compensate for his trip to Cancun. What do you think is true? What do you think is false?
I think that although the Ted Cruz one is definitely something that I would want to vote for. I'm gonna have to go with the 94-year-old woman because that is just the type of British thing that would happen and make national news.
What about you, John? Which one do you think is true?
Yeah, I like Will. I think that's what Ted Cruz should have to do. But yeah, I could see a woman going crazy in the UK. Absolutely.
Fair enough. What about our proper? What do you think is the real news?
Well, I want to say the second one, the 94-year-old woman, is the real one. But since the other guys have said yes to that, I'll just to be contrarian, I'm going to say there was the guy who was found naked in the parking lot. I'll say that's the true one.
And guess what? It's actually our prof who is right. It is a man found naked in a parking lot that actually was found on his way to buy wet wipes, believe it or not, in the UK. So according to metro.co.uk, a man has been given a £200 fine after he was found naked in his car on his way to buy wet wipes, saying he took several wrong turns and accidentally arrived in a parking lot. However, he didn't give a reason why he was naked. Just remember that there's a national lockdown going on in the UK right now. You know what? I really wonder what the Queen has to say about that.
So there's no context for that then. He was just naked in his car.
Yeah, so he was literally just naked in his car. We're not sure why, but
follow up as the story develops.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens with that. But what's for sure is that you do find crazy things everywhere when it's not Ted Cruz traveling to Cancun. But we never ask Will how he actually is coming back from Mars. How are you, Will? Still good?
I am great. I'm still getting used to the gravity a little bit.
Yeah,
but I'd rather go to Mars independently than with Elon, I think.
Nice. Yeah.
Did you guys see the rover that landed on Mars?
I heard about it.
I heard,
it's crazy, hey? Like I wonder what's the next step gonna be? Are we gonna build a McDonald's in Mars?
That would logically be the first step to do. I mean, I don't understand what else you would want to do on Mars.
Yeah, right. I believe we have a caller. We have Chloe on the show, I believe, to talk about a crazy date experience that's happened to her. Do we have Chloe?
Hi.
Hi, Chloe. Welcome on the live show on CMRU.ca. Thank you for being here. You have a story about the craziest day that happened to you.
Yes, I do. So this happened on Valentine's Day just a couple of years back. My boyfriend at the time, he had this girl best friend that he used to hang out with. Anyways, her boyfriend, he broke up with her a couple of weeks before Valentine's Day. So she called up my boyfriend on Valentine's Day, somewhere in the mid-afternoon, wanting to hang out with him because she felt really lonely, right?
Right.
So he ended up canceling our dinner date. And
no way.
He told me he was going to go hang out with her. So I'm quite upset, and I decide to call my best friend, and she recommended that we call the restaurant and see if they canceled their dinner reservations.
Right.
So the restaurant manager, he said there was no recent cancellations. So we decided to roll up around the time that my date was supposed to be at. And I saw both of them sitting in our booth, drinking wine and having lots of fun.
Oh, way.
Yeah.
And so
I was quite shocking.
How did you bring it up? How did you bring it up to your boyfriend? What did you what did you do? What did he say to you?
Oh, well, I just, I took a picture of it and I let them be, and I just told him that we were over, and that was it.
No.
He didn't have much to say after that. Yeah, he knew he was caught.
And he didn't say anything about that, hey?
Well, he, tried to give the bland excuse of, we were just talking, like it's nothing, like you don't have to worry about it, that kind of stuff. But, clearly his priorities were elsewhere.
The famous, no, that's not what you think when you're caught in action. Don't we love that?
Yeah, right?
and so are they together now? I guess your ex-boyfriend now?
Yeah. Well, they dated for a few months after that.
No.
I don't know if they're still together. I don't think they are, but yeah, it was clearly clearly there was something there before.
That is so rough. Oh,
Yeah,
that sucks
I'm
to
so
hear.
sorry.
Sorry,
I know.
Chloe.
it's okay. I found better.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
good.
That's good. Well, thank you very much, Chloe. We have Andy on the phone.
Hey,
Hello, Andy.
how you doing?
I'm good, and you? Thanks for being here on the live show. CMRU.ca. I'm here with Will and John. What's your story about the Valentine's Day?
I was at camp once, the Wayfinder experience, and I was a counselor, and I was trying to talk to this one girl, and we were like standing by a lake or a pool. I forget exactly where it was, and my brilliant brain came up with the line, "Do you go outside often?" And I asked her that, and everybody started laughing at me. And then I sat down by my friends, and they all just kept saying, "Do you go outside? Do you? That's your line?" And then yeah.
But the important question is did it work? Did you?
God,
did you
no.
get it?
Oh my God, no.
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh,
And so did you so you never were able to date that girl after that?
Oh God, no. I barely even talked to her after that. No, I felt too ashamed.
Fair enough. No, that's crazy. No, the most crazy is the situation with Chloe at Sex Row. And for you, Andy, did you go on a date with any other girl after that, or did that shock you forever?
So there was like a counselor party sort of thing, and I ended up going with some other girl who I knew. But yeah, everybody kept reminding me of the "Do you go outside often?" It's becoming a joke in our group now. Whenever people start talking to others, it's always so "Do you go outside often?" And you see if they leave after that.
Well, thank you for having shared your story there, Andy, and thank you
thanks
for
for having me.
listening to. Yeah, thank you very much for listening to the live show as well. You know what, guys? Something completely different. Just moving on from that. Yesterday, I was watching TV because, you know, who doesn't watch
As you
TV, right? When it's not Netflix, it's TV. And I was watching. I wasn't watching anything. I was just, you know, skipping through the bunch of channels. And I saw the show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Does anybody know this show? I think it's a famous show. I think
I
we all
mean,
know it.
Oh,
you gotta know
Everyone knows
Fresh Prince.
Come on.
You got to know it, but you know what I don't know? It's the jokes that they say in it. Sometimes I'm kind of confused. Yeah, every single time they say something or they joke about something, they always have like a fake laugh in the background. So I imagine, what would it sound like if we had fake laughs around us every time we try to make a pun or just go on with our everyday life? And this is what it would sound like. Hey honey, your coffee is ready. Would you like some sugar with that? Hey, do you have another pencil? Because this one I have is dull. It's literally pointless. Hey babe, I just came from the doctor. He was so angry he lost all his patience. A surgeon once gave me tips on how to get people to open up to me. What do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. Yesterday I swallowed some food coloring. I feel like I've died a little on the inside. What did the egg say to his other egg friend? Have an excellent day. No laughs for this one? Okay, well, I guess it wasn't extra good. I crack you up, right? Okay, I'll stop. No, never mind. I guess I'm not funny either.
No, you had to have been funny. Did you hear the laugh tracks in the background, Kelly? They were going
Actually,
off.
They were real. I know them all. Let's move on to our next sequence, the What the Facts.
What the fact? Time for the craziest fact you didn't know about on the live show.
All right, so now it's very simple. What the Facts is a bunch of crazy facts that we came across with all our team members here, with John and Will. I'm going to start off with the fifth one. There you go. I'm going to start with the fifth one. So, did you know that over 80 million bacteria can be exchanged through kissing?
Ew.
That is kind of gross.
Kind of
Right?
horrifying, actually.
When you think about it, like, that's crazy. But I mean, it obviously can't stop you, but it's absolutely crazy. There's something else that's absolutely crazy. It's that you can stay a night in a said to be haunted jail cell in Ottawa.
In a jail cell? Like you pay to stay in a jail cell?
Yeah, for real. So the
you
jail
have to stay in a jail cell and you don't even get to do the crime part? That seems like a little bit of a ripoff.
No, it's closed right now because of COVID, but it is a real former jail cell in which you can book and stay a night in. Isn't that crazy?
I wouldn't want to go.
Yeah,
yeah.
right?
Would you go, Killian? Would you go? Would you stay a night in the haunted jail cell?
Maybe I would go with my friends because I think that could be pretty cool. And it said on the website, it says you can leave at any time. Yeah. At 3 a.m. Imagine you sleep naked, you leave at 3 a.m. I saw a ghost. So yeah, that's for that. We also have another fact. It's that in the span of 29 weeks, former U.S. President Harry Truman went from being a senator to vice president to president to dropping the first atomic bomb in 29 weeks.
That is a wicked couple months.
Right?
Buddy.
That's crazy. The things that you can do in such a short time span. We have only discovered about our solar system, and we know more about it than our own oceans because we only know about 5% of our oceans. And that is not a lot.
I don't like that.
Right? That's crazy.
So Godzilla definitely could be out there.
It's just really, really deep.
A quick fact like that, just to give it to you, there's no numbers that have the letter A before 1,000. Try it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Letters that wait, go again. Letters.
So there's no numbers that have the letter A before 1,000.
What?
Oh,
just think about it. Like 100
yeah.
doesn't have it. 1 doesn't have it. 2, it's although A's common, right? But there's no A before 1,000 because 1,000 has it, right?
Yeah.
Isn't
you're right.
that
I didn't
crazy?
think about that.
Russia's land area of size is more than Pluto's land area. Isn't that crazy?
I still feel bad that Pluto isn't a planet, though.
Yeah, poor
Well,
Pluto.
if you're
Like,
the size
I get
of
that Russia could be a planet.
could Russia be a planet? Just on their own? No.
They are a planet.
We have nothing against Russia. Just
Nope.
Yeah.
Come on now.
The third one. Well, more than the third one, but if your car could drive straight up in the air, outer space would only be an hour drive away.
Oh.
See, that's a weird one because like people
And it
build
depends on your
rockets
speed.
that go so fast, but if you just had a car that went straight up, you could get to space way
Now
faster
it
than a
didn't
rocket.
specify how fast the car would be having
Yeah,
to go.
so it would
That
go
is
at
a
1,000
good
kilometers an hour, but no.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's for that. The number of people older than you never increases. Just think about that one for a second. The people who are older than you will never increase.
What if there's a Benjamin Button situation?
Now that breaks the
See?
whole.
Gotta use your brain.
And also, the Eiffel Tower can grow more than 6 inches during the summer due to the heat. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on us guys.
I really want to.
I'm talking about the body height, of course.
I'd be 6'6". Will would be 6'10", so I don't think he wants to be that much taller.
So don't go in the summer trying to increase your body height. We're of course talking about the body height. Anyways, we're gonna make you win a chance to get a $20 gift card. And we'll have much more after that. And we'll also have the DJ interview, DJ GPT, who's gonna do an exclusive live mix. And then we'll have Will's talents and everything that you love. Of course, right after Poppin' Bottles. It's on cmru.ca. I'm killing it and everything's going well. Thank you for being here.
Imagine you're on a beach. You're sipping on a juicy cocktail. COVID is over, and life was good. Okay, that was all a dream. But Killian, John, and Will are just as good, and that is not a dream. It's the live show on cmru.ca.
We're on the live show, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm with Will, John, and myself and Irv in the studios. We're going to do the news, the traffic, and the weather in Calgary with John.
Hello, everybody. Just to let you know, we are getting out of that polar vortex that we have been freezing in for the last week. However, Friday, there is a 50% chance of precipitation and snow with a -3 with a low of -10 overnight. But Thursday through Monday, it is looking quite great with a 3 degrees average throughout the day. And starting off today, we're looking at nothing but sun with 1 degrees. Now let's go over to the roads. We're looking at about a 2-minute to 3-minute delay on most of the southbound travel times. Crowchild Trail having the most delays through from Glenmore to Memorial and just off of Cooley Road. Now northbound, we're not seeing too much. The only one to really point out is on 274th Ave South in City Center. There's about a 2-minute delay. But for the most part, the roads look dry. Our traffic cams aren't showing anything sort of traffic jams, any crashes. So it should be an easy breezy day. Back to you.
Back to me. Thank you very much. Will, we have the Twitter top trend with you. What's trending on our on the good old Twitter?
Some of the things that are trending on Twitter is pink shirt today. So make sure to, don't bully people today.
Don't bully people. And that's an important message to say as well, because bullying is not cool. I mean, it's it's obvious, but that's important to mention as well. What else, Will?
The Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine is single shot as opposed to the double shots that we've had, and it is the FDA has said that it is safe and effective.
Did you know Will has a hidden talent? He knows how to play the recorder. It's time for Will's talent on the live show.
For this segment, I play my recorder very, very well. And Killian and John are going to throw out some guesses as to what song they think it is. So for today, we're going for the theme of early 2010 hits. Okay, so we've got 3 options that you guys can pick from. We have Someone Like You by Adele. Beautiful. We have Roar by Katy Perry. And we have Counting Stars by One Republic.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm going to play the chorus because I feel like that is easier to guess rather than something else. Okay, I'm gonna start out. Right, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. You know what? Maybe it wasn't a bad thing that we couldn't hear anything before.
Oh, right.
Yeah, can we go back to where it was, please?
How many years have you been practicing that, William?
How many years? About 2 weeks.
That explains it.
Thanks, Will. So now we gotta guess. What was it? And Irv will play with us too on this one. What do we think it was?
Yeah, what John, let's hear from you first. What song do you think that was?
Oh boy. The beginning, it did sound a bit Adele-y. So I'm gonna have to go with Someone Like You.
Me too. What about our savior that saved us from the music?
What do you think it is?
I think it was Welcome to the Jungle.
No, you needed my date's father there to be horrified.
I was gonna say John could provide vocals for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was in fact Someone Like You by Adele.
We guessed it right with John. And I think there was a little bit of that Welcome to the Jungle to it.
Yeah, there's something there.
That's awesome. Let's move on to the weirdest jobs that we can possibly find. Are you guys ready for this? It's gonna be crazy. Okay. And just as a disclaimer, if you do any of these jobs, it's really, really cool actually. And the fact that we can discuss about and discover, just to begin with, other jobs from around the world, that's really cool. So for number 5th position, we have a professional pusher in Japan. Yes, a professional pusher. They're meant to push people in the subway to make sure everybody can get on the train.
Have you seen videos of that? It's crazy. People just
I have,
like
actually.
stuff in the subway, and then they just have people run up and just like push.
Just body check themselves into
Yeah.
people.
Oh, I know, right? And the fact that with COVID, I feel like that's a little bit more complicated to work for.
Just thinking about that now, it's just with COVID, it's like it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable with C trains and oh
That
my
many people
gosh.
pushed together in a small space.
Right? So the first job that we have is a deodorant tester. Deodorant tester. Yes, this consists in smelling people's armpits to make sure their deodorant smells efficiently.
I mean, that's an important job, I would say.
I mean,
I mean,
would
you could do
hope-
that job yourself, couldn't you? Just smell your own armpits.
Yeah, that's true. Well, can you? I don't know. No, don't try it. For the third job, we've got IMAX screen cleaners. You know those big movie screens? Well, they have to be cleaned. And so it's kind of like cleaning the windows of tall buildings. I mean, I'm sure it gives you a lot of adrenaline, but I feel like it would be kind of scary to do.
You might need a huge rag to clean that screen.
Yeah. I would think so, at least. I mean, I'm sure it's not easy to do so. We have a professional sleeper to test the comfort of the beds in the hotel in Finland. So
That's actually what I'm majoring in right now.
me too, actually.
Really good at
And the first one is being a underwater scuba diver pizza delivery man. Yeah, you heard right. Underwater scuba diver pizza delivery man. There's an underwater hotel in Florida, and it requires a delivery man to dive in the ocean and deliver your pizza, because the hotel is underwater, right?
Can I just say, of course, there is an underwater
in
hotel
Florida.
in Florida. Yeah.
Of course. And of course, it's not under quarantine right now. Because
Oh no.
Also,
Why?
here's a wet and soggy pizza for you, sir. I feel like the pizza box would have to be like Fort Knox, you know?
Do you think
Right?
you can only order, like, it's exclusively pizza dinners there? There's no like underwater delivery man who delivers hamburgers. It's just pizza.
Just pizza.
No, my thing is, imagine being his kids. You know? Oh, what does your dad do? Oh, it doesn't matter. But imagine going to take your kids to work day. that would be painful. All right. Do we have our winner on the air? I'm just curious, you know.
Oh,
I think we hello, how are you?
Hello.
Is
Good,
this Ty?
hello. Yes.
Ty, welcome on the live show on CMRU.ca.
Hello.
I'm Killian. I'm with Will and John, and
Hi,
here's
Killian.
your chance to qualify for a $20 gift card that we will
Sounds
give
good.
at the end of the fourth show. Okay, so listen carefully for this.
I'm listening.
All right? Okay.
Yeah.
How long does the Eiffel Tower grow in the summer? You have three choices. I'm gonna give you three choices. The first choice, it doesn't grow. The second choice, only 6 inches. Or the third choice, to the same height of the Calgary Tower, so not tall at all.
How long does it grow?
How high do you
in the
think that it
summer?
grows?
How high do you think it grows in the summer?
So it's like the steel expands is kind of what I'm thinking here.
So does
the
it
summer,
not
'cause it's
grow?
hot.
Is it 6 inches or the same height of the Calgary Tower? So it reduces.
I'm gonna say probably 6 inches.
You
And it
would
is
be
6 inches.
entirely correct.
Good job, thank you.
Sweet.
You qualify for a chance to win a $20 gift card.
All right.
It's a $20 gift card for the first show, March 17th. To make sure that you're there, because you might win a $20 gift card. Thank you for
Sweet.
having been on the show.
Yeah.
Have a good
thanks,
night.
guys.
So for your information, it grows about 6 inches, and it's about 324 meters when it grows. So that is pretty cool. Here's the time for the interview we got from DJ GPT yesterday. He was not available right now, not to do anything, because we want to be 100% with you guys, we're our listeners. So thank you very much for being here. Here's the interview from DJ GPT that we did yesterday. I hope you enjoy, and after that a mix, and then after that we'll say the goodbye. Stay tuned.
The live show.
For the last segment of our show, we have the honor to welcome DJ GPT. He's there with us today, and actually for the live show, he's going to do an exclusive mixtape at the end. He's a DJ, and we're going to ask him some questions. First of all, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Killian, on this show.
So, where do you usually mix, and what do you usually do in your spare time when you're able to mix?
So it was in Corsica, and then that's where I would do most of my gigs, near at clubs near the beach. In my free time, I try to perfect my skills. It takes me the majority of my free time, actually, because I'm really dedicated to this passion of mine.
And so you're straight from France then?
That's right.
That's super cool.
That's right. That's where I come from.
Nice. And so how exactly has COVID impacted your DJing, if I can call it that way? Did you do you still do some skits online? Do you are you still able to kind of perform or whatever, or has it been really difficult with COVID?
It has been, because I've never performed online before. It was always live, like a live performance in a club. But since COVID, clubs have shut down, and so I'm no longer needed to DJ at the clubs. So I've been just working on financing my skills, but I haven't had the occasion to do any gigs remotely yet. I have been searching, but so far, no luck.
Yeah, fair enough. So, what are you going to be interpreting for us today on the live show? Is it gonna be more like what kind of genre do you mix the most?
I like David Guetta music. Yeah, and that'll be part of my mix. Actually, I plan on inputting some of David Guetta's song.
Nice, that's really cool. We're very excited to hear it. And lastly, what do you hope to do after COVID? When COVID's over, do you hope to go back and do some mixtapes in France? Do you hope to do some in Canada as well? What would you want to do when COVID's over?
Ideally, I would go back to Corsica and mix back in the clubs that I used to mix at. But also, I'd be interested in doing this, performing this passion of mine in Canada, because I've been to the clubs in Calgary, and I'm a fan of the music that they play in some of them.
Yeah, well, just some of them.
Some of them, not all of them, but
fair enough.
Yeah, the majority of them.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, and so no, we're really excited for that. So thank you very much for being on the show and doing that honor to do the mixtape for us. We're going to start it actually. Do you have any last words to say for us, DJ GPT?
Well, I hope you enjoy my mix, and thank you for having me again.
Thank you very much. We're on cmru.ca, and here's the mix of DJ GPT. All the nightclubs are closed, but we are still open, so make sure you enjoy for the next 15 minutes, and after that, we will be back. Thank you very much.
The live show for 1 hour on cmru.ca.
And that's all. Sorry, I just tried to put my mic on. Didn't work. That's all. That was the DJ GPT that was on our show with his mix. Thank you very much to him for having played that. And before we end the show, I'd like to thank some people who have made this show possible, and some music credits, as we need some copyright music. Some copyright-free music too. That would be Ixon on YouTube, IKSON, with both All Night for our intro and Wanna for another jingle that we used. Thank you for them. We also got our YouTube channel, Cinematic Music, for our intro, as well as finally Kevin MacLeod's news theme. Actually, no, we didn't use that, I don't think, but I'll still cite it anyways. Licensed Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 creativecommons.org/licenses/by/4.0/ for the website, incompetech.com. Finally, we got our Prof. Irv. Thank you for fixing our show and being a part of it. It's really nice. I sent him about 28 hours a day worth of emails, and he still answers. So thank you very much, Irv, for having been on the show.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, and thanks to all of you who have listened. See you soon, and check us out on all streaming platforms. Find this replay as well and exclusive content at The Live Show on Spotify, Apple Music, etc., and The Live Show Official on Instagram and YouTube. See you soon, everybody. Thank you for having been here. Thank you, John, and thank you, Will. I don't know if we will hear from them, but are you guys here?
Of course.
There you go. Awesome.
Thank you guys for listening. Thanks again, Irv. You were a lifesaver, and you were just dealing with everything on the back end, so we thank you so much for that.
And we're
guys.
Very happy to have you as well. Thank you, everybody. See you soon in our next adventures. Thank you for having followed.
Killian, Will, and John will be back soon for another show, but it's not over. Listen to all the podcasts on Spotify, YouTube, and cmru.ca. Simply search up The Live Show. See you next time.